What's going on? All I can remember is my own name. I'll find some way to get my memories back on my own if I have to. I'll save you, whatever it takes.
Where are we? What's going on?
Take him out! What's this?
Run them through!
Ignorance is the greatest sin.
Be gone!
Let us determine the fates of this world together.
What's going on? All I can remember is my own name. I'll find some way to get my memories back on my own if I have to. I'll save you, whatever it takes.
What's going on?
Take him out! What's this?
Run them through!
Ignorance is the greatest sin.
Be gone!
Let us determine the fates of this world together.
No, I don't remember any of that. All I can remember is my own name. I'll find some way to get my memories back on my own if I have to. What's going on?
Destiny. You know, Kina is an old Vibran word for destiny.
Very well, Leo. I'll tell you exactly what you've done.
I feel like there's something else I need to find.
I want to help you.
Perhaps we have a common purpose. To find each of our own destinies. Granted, no quarter.
Let's move. We'll dash through here as fast as possible.
My magic will make short work of them.
Leo, watch out!
Now, let us determine the fates of this world together. Pulled along by a higher existence.
At this rate, the bacteria may cover the whole world soon.
There's gotta be another path out. I can't waste time wandering around aimlessly.
On my honor, I will prevail.
What does it have to do with any of us?
It is nearly mine. The infinite, ultimate, universe-creating power of Zero.
There's still a chance.
Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well today. Hello!
Hey, how's it going?
Welcome to our Fantasian Neo Dimension live stream. We are doing our pre-launch live stream as usual. I am going to be your host, I'm Sayu. I'm cosplaying as Cheryl today, and here with me is our social marketing manager, Christian, and our special guest, AliyaWill. Hello Aliyah, how are you?
Oh, it's so good to be here. Thank you so much for having me again. I'm super excited for this.
And thank you so much for cosplaying. Can you tell us a little bit about your outfit? Or your
today, I'm cosplaying as the wonderful Valrika. I don't know if I should spoil who she is, but she is a character that you'll meet in your journey in Fantasian, and I'm really excited for everyone to meet her because she is an absolute gem.
So we are doing our pre-launch stream today for Fantasian Neo Dimension, which is going to be launching tomorrow on Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series XS, and Steam. So we'll be playing the game with Aliyah today, and stay tuned because you'll have a chance to win some fabulous prizes, which we'll show in the next screen.
Woohoo! So before we jump into it, I also want to call out that you also are cosplaying as well, right?
Yeah, that's what I did in my my quick intro.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that I was cosplaying Cheryl.
Okay.
Hi everyone, welcome back. So
fabulous.
today we will be giving away some physical and digital editions of Fantasian Neo Dimension. Either on the digital, there's gonna be 3 digital versions and 3 physical signed copies of Fantasian Neo Dimension. So please stay tuned for that. You'll be able to choose the platform of your choice.
Who are they signed by?
Who are they signed by?
Yeah, who are they? Are we gonna tell? Are we gonna tell? Or are we gonna keep that a secret?
I think we should. Yeah, I think we should.
Okay, then we will keep it a secret then.
Wait, what?
Wait.
Yeah. We're getting the okay from the director first, so.
So they're signed. I guess we're gonna go forward because they're signed by Hironobu Sakaguchi himself. So for those who are huge fans of him and his previous work, and commonly known as the father of Final Fantasy, it'd be very exciting to win that. I wish I could get a copy, but I cannot, unfortunately, because I work for Square Enix. But otherwise, it's. I think we're good. Let's get going, right?
Yeah, let's go. Let's just hop right into the game.
I'm ready.
Why is it so quiet? I'm sorry. I'll try to project a little more. I just didn't want to have my echo go into Christian's mic. So, but he's going to be playing the game. We're going to be chatting with you in on YouTube and Twitch, and then I will also be asking Aliyah some questions as we go through. So where are we? What are we doing right now?
Well, great. So this is a couple of hours into the game. So we're at Vence, which is a small coastal town here, and we're trying to get to the other part of the town. And so these guys are gonna tell us if we can actually get inside the town. And as just a note for fans, this game is featuring voice acting for the first time. So in the original release of the game, it was only just text, but for this new enhanced release of the game, we're looking at English and Japanese audio. So I'll let the characters do a little bit of talking here so you guys can see, but there are amazing voice actors on both the Japanese and English side that are providing the voices for this game.
I like it.
It's so cozy. I just can't get over it. It's like something about the dioramas just make it so cozy and makes me feel so nostalgic. I don't know.
So if you're not familiar with Fantasian Neo Dimension, so I guess the environment that you're seeing right now is actually a, sorry, I took off my gloves because I need to be able to do things on my computer, but they're actually dioramas added into, they're captured and then added into the game. So they're, I guess, they're not digitally altered, but yeah.
No, no. So you got it pretty much right on the nose. It's that everything you're seeing in this room, for example, it's created by hand. This is not like, I think I've seen some people say like it's a pre-rendered background like the PS1 days. It's very much everything was created by hand and then captured digitally and put into the game. And it's quite insane. It's never been done before. It probably may not ever be done again. Don't quote me on that. But the labor of love that was put into putting over 150 dioramas in this game is staggering.
So
it's staggering.
Oh my gosh, can you imagine?
Did
you do dioramas in school? Sorry.
No, and I think you might be alluding to a previous joke, but yeah, like as a kid, you work on like little shoebox dioramas. You can think of it as like the same thing here, obviously on a way grander scale. And the guys who work on these dioramas were industry veterans on the Japan side, so people who worked on like Godzilla, other like toku shows as well. These guys are big names in the industry that lent their work to this.
That's awesome.
And then I know this was already answered in chat, but Dethrone asked, when was this originally released? It was released in 2021 on the Apple Arcade, right? Android and iOS. So from that version, we are scaling up to 4K, which we were talking about this earlier, but the dioramas were captured in 4K, so what you're seeing is how it was supposed to be intended, because on the mobile version you weren't able to see like all of these amazing details from these dioramas.
You gotta see, because it's such a labor of love, like you said, and like I do a lot of crafting myself, and so it's just, you kind of feel it. It feels so real. I don't know. It feels like you're rotating it in your hands, which I love, because I feel like as a kid, like you said, Christian, like sometimes you get assignments to do those dioramas and like the shoe boxes or whatever the assignment might be, but it's like, I feel like the level of connection you have with it after you make it, and you can just like turn it around in your hand, it really feels like you created your own world. And I think it's like what's so beautiful about this game, because it really feels like something that you can call your own, and I'm sure the creators felt that way as well.
Oh no, I know. I wanted to like focus on something. We were looking at like the trees and stuff like that. There are many times like I'll play this game and I'll just kind of stop for a second and I'm kind of carrying it over here. But things like the little tree, like it's when you look at it real close, you can tell that it's handmade. There's those moments that you can really like see the insane attention to detail here.
Oh, as we load in.
Yep.
I also really appreciate that there's so many different kinds of animals in this game as well, especially different kinds of cats and dogs, which I think is really interesting for when it was originally intended for, like, as a mobile game, to have all these different character models, animal models, the dioramas, the different enemies you face off as well. It's incredible.
So adorable too. Like,
I love when you mentioned cozy, because I think when I first started working on this game, that was like one of the words that I used a lot. Was it just feels it's nostalgic, right? It feels like it's a cozy game. It's not overly intimidating. Like, yeah, I know we live in a world where games need to be super hard. Of course, on top of all the great things that you talked about, you know, the 4K resolution, the added voiceovers, we also added a new difficulty option here that, you know, you can still choose the original classic mode difficulty if you want to have that kind of hard time to beat the game, but there is a normal mode for players that maybe want a little bit more of an easygoing experience. And there's still quite a bit challenges, even on the normal difficulty. There are some times where you have to be really strategic and think about what you're going to do.
If you can get to them free of charge. It's not
Oh, I
like they're
love
doing
that.
me any good.
I love it.
That's a bargain worth every exact.
So I actually
I love
have
the
some
voice
questions.
acting.
Yeah, I know. I
Yeah,
love
oh,
the
go
voice
for it.
acting.
I'm
It makes
sorry.
it so engaging. Oh yeah. So I know we were talking about dioramas and everything like that, but what is your experience with Fantasian Neo Dimension?
Oh, it's been an amazing experience. Like I said, the art style is what really captured me at first. Like you said, I've never seen dioramas used in gaming, and as an artist, it's like catnip. It's like, how did they do this? It's real. It's here. It's like in front of me. It's so cool, and it's, I don't know. I think it's revolutionary, and so it's been fantastic. Like you said, Christian. Sometimes I'll just walk around in the game and like, you know, just rotate, just turn around, just walk and explore different areas, and yeah, I think it's been absolutely fabulous. I get super absorbed by it, and it really does feel like you are stepping into like a secret realm, if that makes sense. Like I think it's because it's like a diorama that I feel like I'm walking into a secret world, and it's mine, and I can, you know, explore and run around and meet new characters. But it's been fantastic. But how about you?
So I'm only at the beginning. You'll get into this, everyone in the chat, when you get into the game, but I'm at the very beginning when you hop onto the airship. It's called the Uzra, and it looks so cool. And this is actually one of my favorite little, I guess, factoids / tidbits about this game, is that, so originally they wanted to blow up the airship Uzra. Was it Sakuguchi-san who wanted to do that?
Yeah.
So he wanted to blow it up, but the staff was like, no, we put in so much work. It looks amazing. I don't want to blow this up. And he's like, And I was like, oh, I feel that. If I had the option, I would want to blow up something, but I also understand as an artist that so much work went into this airship. I don't want it to be blown up.
And it was actually featured,
my
you know, at the Tokyo
gosh.
Game Show, I believe. So they still have some of the models. Obviously, I think it's like artists will understand the dioramas will break down over time. You know, they're handcrafted materials, but there are still quite a few that are left over. And the Uzra airship itself was featured at some overseas shows. I would have loved to bring them over here, but they unfortunately cannot travel.
It feels like something is
Yeah.
falling into me.
That's understandable.
Not in a
But
bad way.
are they for sale or?
I would have been
wish.
first in line. I think I asked Quayle, the team, a long time ago, like, is there any diorama?
Can we have it for the office?
We would have loved to do a giveaway for that, but unfortunately, we could not. Real fast, I'm just going to update us on the game. So we were attempting to get into the other side of town. We needed a gondola to kind of traverse through these areas, and we're talking to our mayor and a couple of citizens, and they've given us access to use the gondola. So now we're going to go into kind of more of an area where combat is going to come into play here, and we'll talk a little bit more about the dimension system here, but we're going to go grab our gondola real fast.
This must be the fruit vendor's house.
Fabulous.
I like that the atmosphere of this gives you that kind of like sense of dread after being in such a lively, colorful town before.
And so
Yeah.
narratively, I won't talk too much about, but you know, the white globes you're seeing here is part of this infection, this bacteria infection that's kind of like taken over the world here, and it's kind of one of our main motivators for the story as we try to kind of solve it. And even if you get close to it, you might notice like your character turns a little purple. They're taking damage of it, so you have to be also very aware of your surroundings as you're walking around this stuff. So we're gonna go try to get our gondola here.
Let's help ourselves to one of these.
Oh yes. Oh.
Yeah. Incidentally, we have to fight a gondola now.
wait.
Like any good RPG, you're often going to have to fight the furniture, and so this one is no this is no exception here.
Wait, how did you not see that this was a giant monster?
We're not going to answer that question. We're going to fight this guy. So real fast, we're going to switch the music back. So one of the other things too that we're going to talk about, and we'll probably once we get to a couple of other fights, is the battle music selector, which is another new feature in the game. And of course, if fans, I think we mentioned it earlier, but Nobuo Uematsu lent his talents to creating the soundtrack for this game. Probably one of his last big games that he's worked on recently. But we also get some additional music because of the amazing partnership with our teams, and you've got quite an eclectic amount of music to listen to, and quite a number of tracks too for each of the battle songs, the boss songs, the Dimension battle songs, which we'll talk about here shortly. But you can pick your poison, really. So it's really great. So let's go ahead and get this gondola out of the way so we can actually get our real gondola, because I don't think we can ride this guy.
I don't think I've seen. This is probably my first game that I've seen that you can change the battle music. And like, why? If you have
Like
Nobuo
mid-battle.
Uematsu, yeah, mid battle, and like, of course, if you have Uematsu-san's music, of course, like, might as well make the most of it.
Yeah, I've heard a
What a
lot of
great
fans
catalog.
state, because his music is so great in this game, that they're like, why would I ever want to change the music? And it's like, you don't have to. It's an option that's there for you. If you're feeling a little bit more in the mood for, Final Fantasy 16, you can listen to that. So it's great you have these choices available to you.
Yeah, switchable battle music.
You want to hear this? All right, well, which say if you had a track, which games should we pick for right now?
I feel like it's just recency bias, but probably Dawn Trail.
All right,
Let's
go.
do that.
Okay. Yeah.
And it's
have a favorite?
immediate. It's very immediate. Like, boom, the music changes. It's really cool.
Because I'm used to playing other games where if you can switch the battle music, you have to go outside of battle to do
Right.
it. So you're stuck with that battle. Oh, I guess we should have done a what's it called a poll to see which song to do. We can do that next. We'll do it for the next battle.
Yeah, trust me, there's going to be a lot more combat to go, and we're going to talk a little bit more about, how this combat system works and how it kind of stands out against other RPGs. But we'll also take a cool poll and see, like, okay, what do you guys want to say? And Aliyah, you also get next choice too as well. Everybody gets their choices. So.
Yes. So this is a question for you two and also chat, but I would love to know which Final Fantasy. First of all, which Final Fantasy is your favorite, but also which Final Fantasy soundtrack is your favorite?
Ooh, these are some hard questions.
I know it's a tough question.
So yeah, I'll let you go first
yeah.
while I fight this boss.
My answer is always the same. My absolute favorite, my number one favorite game out of everything I've ever played is Final Fantasy X. It was probably the first game I ever completed 100%. I cried a lot. I still cry if I replay it.
Oh my god.
But in terms of soundtrack, I actually listen to the Final Fantasy 16 soundtrack more often. It pumps me up. Listening to certain songs makes me tear up a little because I cried a lot in that game too. So.
Oh my gosh. What was the song? Was it My Star?
Yes.
Baby, that. I'm out of the count. Like, the tissue box is empty.
There's some wonderful scenes in 16, and I hope if folks haven't tried it already, it's out there. Go pick it up. It's a great holiday stocking stuffer for you.
If non-mainline ones, I agree. I really like the Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles
That's
games. Those are fun.
I'm going to be a little biased, obviously, to Sakaguchi-san, because, but it was also one of the first Final Fantasies I played was Final Fantasy VI, and it is still my favorite to this day. I think it's like, to me, peak RPG. Music-wise, that's tough. I think Final Fantasy IX is probably one of my favorite soundtracks because there's just so much music, and I think it was like Uematsu-san's like vision of what Final Fantasy should sound like. And it's just insane how many tracks are in that game. I think it's over like 200 or something around there, 150, 200 tracks. He just kept making music, and the story is that he just kept making more songs, and they were like, you gotta stop. You just gotta stop, man.
Please stop.
There's just so much music. There's
It's
music for
like-
like everything in that game. Every town, every there's a unique song for it. It's really crazy.
Do you know that meme where the guy's holding like 10 Thanksgiving plates. And that's how I feel. Oh, it's just like too much good stuff. I feel greedy, but please.
All right, so we've got the next combat, so you got to pick the next track here, and then we're going to talk very quickly about the combat.
And then we'll hold a vote for community's
next one.
vote for the next one.
Wait, did you say I'm picking the next
Yeah,
one?
it's the choice is yours. You've got a list of greatest hits. Which one would you like to hear?
Oh my god, should I phone a friend? I'll choose.
You call in your husband. Or not husband, sorry, fiance.
I'm gonna go with Pixel Remaster. I'm gonna
Okay.
go Pixel Remaster. Why not? Why not? But
Trying to hear what
you
it is.
talked
I think
about
it's
FF.
the original one, right? Yeah. Yep. So this is the original Final Fantasy 1 battle theme.
Come on, it's iconic.
Decision paralysis?
you-
Yes. So real.
Decision paralysis is real. You talked about FF9. Yeah, and FF10. I can't say enough good things about FF10. I also weep endlessly at FF10, but like you said about FF9, it does feel like a fairy tale. For me, it's like a storybook. It's like the most storybook Final Fantasy. It's so precious. And I feel like this Fantasian really reminds me of that aspect. It feels like that storybook aspect, or like the fairy tale sort of aspect of it. But I think that's also the medium that contributes to that. I love it.
So we're getting into some combat here, and we'll probably in the next fight we'll talk a little bit more about what you guys just saw. But one of the kind of really cool and unique things about this game is the skill trajectory system. In this game, you can redirect your attacks based off your enemy's positions, and each character kind of has something unique that they can do. Some characters can attack multiple enemies in a straight line. Some can curve their attacks to get around enemies, maybe that might be defending another enemy, or you can use yours to hit kind of area of effect attacks on it. So very quickly, you guys are going to see these characters jump into the fight here, and one of the reasons it says unknown enemy is because of the dimension system, and we'll talk a little bit about this fight, but just quickly showing, like, for instance, Leo's attack can hit multiple enemies in a line here using his special ability Slash, so you can go hit 2 at a time. Kina's, for instance, can do curve attacks, but it can still also go through multiples like this.
Oh, snap. Girl.
And then, of course, Cheryl,
whacked him.
who says cosplaying one of my more favorite characters from the game, because she's just a really good character to use in combat, is because she can attack multiple enemies like this. She called down her knight to attack enemies in the back.
Her dragoon.
Dragoon, yeah. Yeah, it's really good. But yeah, you can see like this enemy's got his defense up now, so now when we hit him, he's going to block, but he's going to go down anyways. And it's great you guys are mentioning 10, because if you notice on the bottom, the skill order system is very similar to 10, where you can kind of plan out your attacks a little bit by seeing, which character is going to go next. And trust me, in the harder fights, you're going to want to be really paying attention to that, because some enemies do some really hard, powerful attacks.
Woohoo,
So, yeah, we got a level up.
Yay! Oh, the dopamine of getting a level up in Final Fantasy games is real.
In this game, it's
so
really
real.
great too, because your health and your magic points restore, and especially like if you're low on items, if you're like, oh, I'm
Yes.
right there, I can get the level up. My characters are strong again. So we're gonna get on the gondola here, and then we're gonna talk a little bit about the dimension system, and we'll kind of switch it on and off if you guys can see that. But now we're gonna have a nice little boat ride. I'm always surprised when like things like this get animated. I thought when I originally played this, I was like, oh, I'm just gonna teleport, right? But I was like, oh, that's great. They animated a little gondola.
Yeah, it's so cute.
An unknown enemy.
What is it now?
Oh, okay.
I've always appreciated how creative the enemy designs were in Final Fantasy and Square Enix games.
Yeah, there's quite a large amount of enemies, and of course, you're fighting, monsters in the wild, but you're also fighting like bacteria-infected enemies, which is something we might see very soon here. But yeah, let's talk about the dimension system. I don't think we've filled it yet, so I think we might have to wait a few seconds. But in the upper left-hand corner, there's kind of a little number gauge here. And what's unique about this game is that there's this system which allows you to kind of put enemies, I'm going to say, in your pocket. Think of it like that. It's a best way to put it. Yeah, you can put your encounters into like a dimensional dungeon, so to say. And it actually, the reason why that was even created was, like you mentioned, Aliyah, people like us want to watch and look around at the dioramas. And so that system was born out of that fact, to allow people to kind of go at their own leisure and to be able to walk, you know, kind of just enjoy the areas and look at all these cool, great dioramas. So you guys just saw there that something went in, so now we've got 3 in it. Unfortunately, because if we haven't fought the enemy at least once, we can't send him back into the dimension.
So big.
But we get a really cool, but we get these cool looking guys. So, I mean, this is also, I mean, like, and again, the enemy design is so cool looking.
Insane.
Let's see if I can get these guys in the back.
Some enemies are oddly cute.
Yeah, I feel kind of bad, but
right. Like, you do have to go, but you are adorable.
Yeah, it's very much like, it's like a seal. What is this? Like I don't know what this guy's called.
Right,
He's a
like
mecha
plushie.
Zoragon.
oh my gosh, I would love one.
Right, like a
So
little plushie.
Daybreak Go asked, does this game do the battles scale to your level? I don't.
The game, I think, has a good way, especially in the first half of the game. It's a little linear, and so the enemies will kind of work with you. But in the second half of the game, it's a little bit more open-ended. So when you go into certain areas, you'll get kind of a little marker that'll tell you the level, what you should be, basically recommended. And you can also almost, if you're a Final Fantasy VI fan, you kind of think of it as like first half of that game was very much like you go from A to B to C, and then the second half of the game is you can kind of go where you want to go and pick up the characters you want to pick up. I'm not going to kind of go too much into it because I don't want to spoil the territory. But real fast before we continue to move on, I'm going to show the dimension system. So as I mentioned, you can put these enemies away in this dimensional dungeon, but you can access them whenever you want to. So either if you wait till it gets full, you'll automatically be put into a battle. But Leah, as we were talking about dopamines for leveling, say you are really close, right? And you're like, I know there's a boss, because we know when there's a boss coming, right? You've played enough RPG.
What a suspicious looking save point right here.
What is the save point doing here, right? Like, I think it's coming. So you can press the prompt for it, and then you can start the battle, and it'll kick you right into it. Unfortunately, I don't think I have too many in here, but you'll see that you can actually have up to 30 enemies you can fight at once, and they'll just kind of continue to come up back to back. So you got to be a little prepared for, a big long fight.
That is so epic.
So we can do that.
I see you in chat. How you doing?
And the music is different for this fight too, as well. And you hear the Pixel remastered song. We've got, I think it's a Final Fantasy IV game. Yeah.
All right, chat. Choose the battle music. It'll be our boss battle music.
Yep. We're gonna choose our boss battle music. I think there was a question too about camera. So just to note that the camera rotation is automatic. And so because of the way that they captured the dioramas, they were taking multiple photographs from different angles. So that's how the camera kind of moves with you. You will have to kind of reorient your character a little bit when you do that because where your positioning will be. But otherwise, yeah, unfortunately, you cannot, like in this instance here, once the camera rotates, it's being controlled by the game and not by me.
Sorry about that.
Sorry. So we're going to use a quick heal stone here. We're going to do a quick safety save because somebody might remember from a long time ago I did an Octopath 2 stream and I died on the stream. So
No. Stream loves it when we do sweaty battles, okay?
Sweaty battles!
Yeah.
Okay.
Should we do a giveaway?
We should do a giveaway. So we'll do that before we get into this next battle here. So we'll open up the giveaway now. If you do !rules, you'll see if you are part of the eligible regions and how to enter. And we'll leave this open for the next 3 to 5 minutes. All right, so then while we wait for everyone to enter into the giveaway, let me ask you another question, Aliyah, if you don't mind.
Sure. Of course, yeah, go for it.
So, do you have a favorite character? I don't. I mean, you might just be biased. But I would love to see. I guess why is that character your favorite, or maybe you're not even cosplaying your favorite character. Just wanted to know.
Well, it is Valrika. And yes, I am biased. Actually, when I first saw the artwork for Fantasian the very first time, I pointed her out. I'm like, you. I'm gonna like you. Just like her design alone, which I think is a common thread for Square Enix games. I think the character design speaks very strongly for them. And I think that's just been consistent throughout all of Square Enix's games, so this is no exception. I knew I was gonna like her from the very start because she just looks so cool. I knew it. But I like her her independence. I really like her personality, and I think what she's gone through, which I will not spoil, but what she has endured and gone through in this game speaks to her strength, and I think she is just so cool, and also a lover of research, which I also am through and through, and so having a character like that was really, really awesome. And she also just has a really cool outfit, so I was more than happy to put this together. I adore her, but yeah, that's my favorite character. But how about you?
I'm really excited to meet her in the game. I've only really, I only really know Leo, Kina, and Cheryl right now since I'm only at the beginning of the game. So I'm also biased. I really like Cheryl. I loved her design, and she's also she's not the queen, but she's
The princess. Yeah.
Princess of her queendom. And I really like her. And her dynamic with Leo was really funny when they first met up.
There's some really funny scenes.
Yeah.
With them, that can be contributed to some amnesia, but it's really funny. I'll jump in here real fast. I like
her
Zinniker.
character's awesome.
I always like grizzly old guys in video games because I'm a grizzly old guy.
Yes.
And he's the captain of the airship as well. And he's got some really interesting ties to the story as well that you kind of find out a little bit later on. But he's just a really cool character, and he fights with his fists. So it's always kind of a cool guy.
I have a question. So, like, the Uzra is an airship, and they fly over mostly sand areas. So, this is spoilers. I'm so sorry, guys. But if you go into his captain's quarters and you sleep in his bed, Leo goes, "Smells like salty old man." Why is he salty? I just want to know.
I cannot confirm or deny his allegations about the salt, so we'll have to move on to that one. But it's really, you shouldn't sleep on other people's beds. Let's put it like that.
Okay, that's true. That's on me. I shouldn't be going into random people's rooms and sleeping in their beds. It was just so random. I was like, oh, okay, I could sleep in here, just heal a little bit. And then Leo, "It smells like salty old man." And I died laughing. I stopped playing for a little bit because I was just like, what?
And it's great. Those lines are
specific smell
voiced
profile?
too. Again, like the game has so much more. I put it as like heart because of the dialogue on it. It's so much emotion channeled through, especially some of the later scenes when the story gets really serious. To have those voiceovers during the cutscenes, it really changes the feel of the game. So even if you played the original Apple Arcade version, definitely try this out again because it's going to feel like a brand new game to you.
So I'm going to
so
close the giveaway in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're going to close it. We're going to select our first 3 winners. You're going to be winning the digital standard edition of Fantasian Neo Dimension. And for the digital version, you'll be able to select from Nintendo Switch, Steam, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, or the Xbox Series XS as your console. All right, so we'll go ahead and draw the first winner. I'm not going to, so you can hear like every single time I move, so I'm not going to drum roll because I know that a lot of people don't like that when I do that, so I'm not gonna.
No. Oh my gosh.
Our first winner, wait, how did they get that? Okay, so Our first winner is Main. Okay, how did you get that username? It's just MAIN. How?
He
Anyways,
there
congratulations,
right
Main!
right when Twitch was created.
Yeah, I know.
He was still Justin TV. He made the name.
Congratulations!
Congrats.
Congrats.
Your account is old? Okay. I understand, but that's crazy. I really like your username. I always say this every stream, but... And then the next winner is... If you'd like to.
Oh, no, you can read it. I just wanted to see the
Oh,
chat.
okay. Our next winner is No Context Live. Woohoo! And as a reminder,
Congrats.
everyone, if you are selected as a winner, please make sure your whispers/DMs are open on Twitch. The Square Enix channel will message you after this. And then also let me know what console you would like afterwards. Or actually, yeah. Congrats. And then our final winner is, okay, so I'm sorry if I mispronounce your username. Egles? Legs? Sorry, I'm dyslexic. Legs?
Legs?
Legs.
There's an I in there, so we're gonna go
Congratulations. I
legs.
legs?
Legs, yeah.
Yes, congratulations. All right, please stay tuned. We'll message you after the stream is over. Just please make sure your whispers are open.
And I think he saw his name. I saw his name pop up, so he knows. we said it right enough, so they understood.
Okay, yeah. But again, I'm sorry. I'm like one dyslexic, and two, I mispronounce usernames all the time, except for Main.
All right.
Great.
So now we're back, and you guys might have noticed that now we're fighting something very big, and menacing. And yeah, it came out of nowhere. We ended up triggering the boss fight while we were doing the giveaways. Did we land on a song picked by the viewers before we?
Ooh.
We start
let's ask
wailing
the
down on
chat.
this guy.
Well, let me scroll all the way back up,
Because
because
if not, I'm gonna pick the song.
no, I said chat will choose. All right, you know what, chat, you got 10 seconds. Go.
Let's see what these guys. We'll just pick the one we see the most. Remake, okay.
Okay.
Got 5
16.
seconds.
I saw 2 for 16. Endwalker 16. I've seen enough for
Okay,
16.
Endwalker,
We're gonna do
Rebirth,
16.
Yeah, I've been seeing Rebirth and 16 more, so it's like even. Okay, we'll go through them after this. I promise.
playing?
There'll
Okay,
be
cool.
more battles.
Yeah, we'll switch over to Rebirth.
That's true. We should do random next time.
Yeah, you can, and you can if you're really
Wait, you
having a
can
hard
random-
time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're like me who has a hard time making a choices in life, there's random options just for
Decision paralysis.
you. Great.
I've seen it and never internalized that. It was
All right, so we're fighting a blob, and he's got his jellyfish companions here, so we're going to start working through these guys. And again, because of the skill trajectories, depending on certain moves, we can hit multiple at a time. So if you line it up, and you can select this, you can move this back and forth, you can find the right ones that you want to hit. So we're going to try to get through these guys
so
as quickly as
awesome.
possible.
And then like every.
harness the power of the salty old man.
Doesn't doesn't your partner do like doesn't he jump in and do voices every once in a while?
Yes.
Oh man, if this game wasn't voiced,
I can ask him.
I would have definitely seen if you can jump in and do a voice. Maybe the blob. Maybe can he be the blob?
Oh my gosh.
I can ask him right now if he wants to voice the blob. Philip, are you watching? Do you want to voice the blob?
It would be so cool.
Hold on, let me ask him.
So like every other RPG, enemies have weaknesses, and I don't know if we've shown that yet, but each character has a different way to scan like the enemies. So Leo has Analyze, which can only scan one enemy, and then you'll be able to see their weaknesses, so like 130%, what they're resistant to, like sleeping or poison, and how much HP they have left. And then, also what items you can steal. And then Kina has, what was hers? Research, which scans all of the enemies on the field.
Lovely. Well, he's here. Should we give him a specific line?
Whatever he thinks this
Dealer's
blob
choice.
would
He
make.
looks at the blob and to really try to get in the blob's
just
mind.
become the blob.
They're saying getting to the blob mindset. What would he say? Yeah. Hold on. I'll let you improv. Maybe you could say like, by the Delete. Alright. Say whatever you'd like.
So I'm gonna be safe and get rid of the little companions because my art.
The power of the material blob! I will destroy you!
It's so good.
Well, I know now who we need to get on the stream next time.
Yes, peak.
Well done,
That was
well
peak.
done.
That was amazing. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yes, he locked in.
He locked
Sure.
in.
Hopefully the chat room.
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured as much.
Oh my god.
How to do it for Sakaguchi-san.
Thank you.
Yes, yes.
He
I know that's
will.
right.
I hope our Japanese counterparts watch this. Comment on this.
Please.
If anything, I'm going to clip that. We'll post it if that's okay with you. I would love to post that.
Oh,
That
of
was so
course,
good.
it's okay with that. Oh my god, well done. Well done.
Oh no.
You just go say something.
Oh,
such a cozy
Cheryl,
game, right, guys?
Cheryl, no.
Oh no,
What,
Cheryl.
Leo, what do you mean this keeps getting better? I wasn't. So the way he said it did not sound sarcastic. He just sounded excited. So.
So thankfully we've got a nice, we've got some items here, and funny enough, named the Rock Hammer. It helps us get the Petrify off of her. So you want to make sure we get her back in the game because you need all your characters, and we'll go top her off real fast. Who's kind of our designated healer for most of this fight here.
We love healers. We do.
We do.
But because she's the only one who can use Holy, it's also like difficult balancing act because they're all weak to Holy. But she also needs to heal.
Check in on your healers, guys.
Yes.
Check in on your healers. they be going through it.
So you see these little guys too also like buff the boss a little bit, so you want to try to get them out as quickly as you can. They're just kind of a pain in the butt. So I think we.
Yes, the enemy is big blob.
Big blob.
Which platform are we playing on? We are playing on the PlayStation 5.
I have it on this. I think it's going to be great for the Switch as well.
Yeah, it again, it's so great to get this out to everybody. I know there were a lot of fans who wanted to play this game but could not because they didn't have access to the Apple Arcade platform. So being able to get this to every single player, it doesn't matter where you are, what console you're playing, you're going to be able to play this game. It's just great. I'm so excited that everybody's going to be able to join us play this game. I think we can.
It's exciting.
He's doing his little thing where he's kind of like he's looking up. I think if we attack his mouth here, he'll get kind of mad at us.
Oh yeah, I also really like that. So I didn't know this, but certain battles you actually have to time your attacks. Even though it's turn-based, certain attacks will be more effective depending on how the enemy is, I guess, positioned, which I think is really interesting. I've never had that, or I guess I've never experienced that.
Yeah, and we just did it right there.
Yeah,
So when the
isn't that
blob
cool?
kind of leans its head back a little bit, if you do the Night Impact move from Cheryl, it'll deal a little bit extra damage. So yeah, you got to pay attention to also what's going on in the fight. We should get through this. How much is the boss got health?
I really like
I
this
feel like
music.
if I saw this in real life, I would probably pass out.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
probably why
I
they
can't imagine.
sectioned this area off from civilians.
Yeah.
So we need to do a little bit of item jump snaps there. Magic points are a little low here, but the boss is actually getting pretty close to being done here. You can also, even if you don't want to go back and refer to the inspection ability from Lil, you can see that the name is kind of colored red, so that gives you kind of a hint that the boss is just about to be done. So we'll probably just focus on getting him out the door. Make a tactical decision here. Hopefully that doesn't blow up in our face.
Luckily, the mobs will. Ads. That's what I'm looking for. They don't hurt that much, but them
No.
healing might be a little.
I just want to say, like, I love this song, by the way. I'm glad I picked 16 because I love Away. It's probably
So
one of my.
good.
It's so. I mean, the first time you get to hear it in the game too, it's such a hype moment. And every time it's used in the game
Yeah.
afterwards, it just feels like it's the coolest thing you've ever heard. And Sokun-san does an amazing job with the soundtrack to 16. And yeah, we just got him.
Woohoo! We did it.
We did it, and I did not die. So.
Oh, it feels so epic. Like it feels valiant.
And the music just really like
Iconic
changes
even.
the tone of the game too. I love the original music, and there's so much really interesting like synth songs that are used. During the Japanese live stream, Uematsu-san actually made a special appearance on it, and he played the music live on his keyboard. And that was really cool. So if you haven't already, I'm gonna do a plug for my Japanese counterparts. Please go check out the Square Enix live stream. You can watch it on YouTube. Or you can probably find a link on
I will
it
be
on
watching that one.
the Fantasian Neo Dimension Japanese Twitter. But it's really cool, fun stream. It's about 4 hours long.
All right, so we're going to. We're going to transition to a different save file real quick. So 1 second.
Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna jump over and kind of jump a little bit further in the game to give you guys kind of an idea of what else is kind of coming. Again, the original game was split into 2 different parts, but in this obviously version of the game, you're going to be able to get both. You don't have to buy another part of the game. And the second half has a couple of more new things, so we wanted to be able to share that with you guys and kind of maybe give you a kind of a sneak peek at some of the different dioramas you can see in the game.
Okay, I'm going to address this. Not every character with white hair and a black headband is related to Nier. Okay, come on. Or like a black outfit with white hair. Come on.
So yeah, again, this is a little bit ways into the game. As you can see, we have a few characters, and they're already kind of level 40 and quite a different set of group. You know, again, we got Leo, and we've got my main man, Zinniker, again, favorite of this guy. And then some of the other additional characters, and of course, Leah's great character. You guys can see the resemblance is striking. Look at the quality of the cosplay. It's amazing. Again, thank you for
Sorry, I
for
am not
honoring
blue
us.
this time.
I was really wondering. I was like, is she gonna be purple on the stream? Because that would be really cool. But I get that might have been a little bit too much.
I was purple for the photo shoot yesterday, and it took me so long to take it off. So I was like, you know what? Let me chill.
We appreciate the
Oh,
cosplay.
we can also show that in the party we can
It was
switch
worth
over
it.
to Valerica too. So
Yeah,
you don't
we
have to
can.
walk around as Leo.
If you don't want to be Leo, which is totally fine, you can put your character in the first position here, and now she runs really goofy. By the way, sorry.
I don't know. I think she's she's serving.
Serving. We need some runway music.
I know.
So very quickly, I'm going to touch upon the growth map. So part of the second half of the game is your characters are able to start kind of unlocking abilities. And so for the first half, which is it'll take most players, I think, about 15 to 18 hours to kind of get through the first half of the game. The second half is a little bit more open-ended, but you're able to kind of get this skill tree system unlocked, which allows you to pretty much customize your characters how you want to. You kind of allocate your points where you want to. And if you feel that maybe it's not working for you, you don't have to be beholden to it. You can kind of release the points and go back and reallocate them as necessary. And it kind of adds, again, another layer of strategy to the second half of the game. And every character has got their own unique skill tree with abilities that you'll earn points through as you kind of go through the game.
Oh hey, I see a Schrodinger's baby seal in the chat. Hello.
How you doing? Good to see you. I love a good skill tree. I do.
Too. And I also, we didn't call this out, but we were talking about dioramas earlier. This is so cool, right? This is, every time you're in a new area, you see the map. That's the diorama. This is, you're here, you see it in the game, but that's what you're walking around in, and that's just, to me, that's just super cool.
So special.
And for like fans of accessibility, like let's say like, man, I don't want to really like press the controller stick. If you press this, the appropriate button here, you can kind of select these little points on the map, and just characters will do the work for you.
Even though it doesn't say it on there what the appropriate button is, for just as a frame of reference for us, it's square.
Yeah. You'll all have your, depending on your platform of choice, we'll have a different button here. So very quickly, I think let's show some areas here. I'm going to try to keep it from not spoilery areas here, so we're going to go just stay in the human
Can we go
realm
into,
here.
let's go into Uzra.
Yeah, let's show off the airship, and it's been
That we're
heavily
not
featured
gonna
in
blow
the
up.
trailer. Yeah. So we will go into the
captain's
So let's go into the captain's room. We can easily get to the outside of the ship, so we'll show that. So as mentioned, it does smell salty. I don't know if you can.
So here I am.
Yeah, see?
I think you can still rest in the bed. Let's see if Valerica says anything.
See? Wait, what? I don't.
So it's just like a universal consensus.
It seems like he
He has something
smells like an
he
old
needs to
man.
explain then.
But again, like I love, my favorite thing is going inside the rooms in this game, because look, just look the attention to detail to all this stuff. They had to craft these beds,
So
the little bottle of glass. Like there's nothing that is left here. It's like everything you would expect to see in the real world is recreated in a diorama. And it's just
Yeah.
insane to see that. We're gonna head out to the ship
It
so you
reminds
can
me
see.
of those.
Wow, so big.
Oh,
And this is a whole diorama. It's hard to believe when you see it in action, but this is just one big diorama that was made. I think it was probably the hardest thing they had to do, and hence why they didn't want to blow it up.
I don't know. I personally, I would love to blow something up. It'd be fun, but I also understand. Like I said earlier, a lot of time and work went into these, and I would also be remiss if my work got blown up. But at the same time, I would blow up my own stuff, so because it's fun.
because it's fun.
Let's show something else. Here we can go. I really like these frozen areas. They're always really cool, and I love a good snow area in a video game. That's, if you ask me, what was some of my favorite areas to look at.
I love the trees.
Just really cool to see.
Yeah, she's
The
fabulous.
footprints.
Yeah, she's kind of strutting actually when
It's
you
like
look from the
footprints,
back.
right?
Yeah,
she's
I
got a-
told you she's serving.
Yeah, she's got
I
a
love.
little.
Can you do like a walk?
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
I love it.
Exactly.
I love the little footprints in the snow
Exactly.
too. The little attention to detail stuff is always goes a long way with me.
Will there be another
This is
sweepstakes
so
run?
cute.
Yes, there will be. We're going to be showing off some of these areas at the end here to give you an idea of what after Midway is. And we'll let you know when we open it up again.
Let's go to Cheryl's hometown here, real fast, and we can see. I really love the Vibra Town Center too. It's the amount of work.
You're right, Daybreako. Queens never cry.
I think we're
Queen
in the
never
wrong-
cry.
Queen.
Oh man.
God, Valerica's anthem. I can't.
She would.
Is it bad that I know exactly what that means?
Why would it be a bad thing? It's what's
I'm a little too much on the internet.
it's what's hot right now.
This is really cool. I love this kind of overhead shot of the Capitol, and you can see the Uzra laid down there as well.
It's huge.
Look at this. Oh my gosh. Like, can I move in or
Okay.
So this is
maybe not right
it
now?
was
but-
originally
Maybe
a
right
mobile
now,
game, ZKN, but this is Fantasian Neo Dimension. This is going to be releasing on the Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Steam, and Xbox Series XS. So it's going to be on the consoles. It was originally on mobile, but it's been upgraded. It's in 4K and is available. It will be available tomorrow. And you'll have a chance to win Fantasian Neo Dimension, the physical edition, which is going to be our next giveaway. And you're going to get the physical edition signed by Sakaguchi-san, which we're very jealous about.
Must be nice.
I know! But it's okay. I'm glad.
Then Queen never cry in the mirror.
Yes, Queen Never Cry in the Mirror while also still crying anyways.
We can actually probably cut the gameplay here and we switch to the sweepstakes now at
Sure.
this point. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and swap over to the giveaway as we were just talking about it. We are going to be giving away the physical edition right now. If you are just now joining us, if you do !rules, you'll see the rules if you're in an eligible region and how to enter. And we'll go ahead and open the giveaway right now, and I'll keep it open until about noon. Well, noon Pacific time. So 3-4 minutes maybe.
Perfect.
I do have more questions. Woohoo!
Yeah, during this time now, I think we
sweet.
can answer any other additional questions from folks that.
So, I know this is I guess this would be a loaded question, Aliyah, but how much experience do you have with JRPGs?
Oh my goodness. I guess since childhood. Yeah, my first game I played officially after, sometimes my parents would get me one of those like plug and plays with the joystick. You play Pac-Man. But after that, my first game was Kingdom Hearts, and I totally fell in love with the RPG genre from then on. But when it comes to Final Fantasy, I actually didn't really explore it until my fiance introduced it to me in I want to say 2019 or about 2019. And I played my first Final Fantasy game, and from then on, I just totally fell in love with Final Fantasy and just the world of Final Fantasy in general. It's like a magical realm I can step into, like a good book. You just get lost in it, and that's how I feel about Final Fantasy.
Yes.
But yeah, I really I'm a big fan. But how about you?
If you don't mind me asking, what was your first Final Fantasy, and which one is your favorite? Because you asked us that earlier, and I don't remember if I asked you back.
Oh, no problem. My first Final Fantasy was FF12, and I did the same thing that I did with Valerica, where I point to a character and I'm like, yes. But I pointed to Fran, and I was like, I need to play this. I need to know what this is about.
I agree.
Right? Come on. But Fran got me into Final Fantasy, and so did my fiance. But yeah, I fell in love with that game, and then from then I played 7, and then 8, and then 10, and then I played the Pixel remasters, and really fell in love with 4. I really liked 4 quite a bit, and I love Theme of Love. It's one of I think my favorite all-time Final Fantasy song ever. Like, I know it on the piano. I play it on every instrument that
Which
I
song
can,
was it again? Sorry. Oh, the Theme of Love?
A Theme of Love.
Oh, yeah, it's a wonderful song.
Yeah, I love that song. It's
You go
so
to the moon in that
charming.
game. I mean, what is there not to love about Final Fantasy?
Right.
You fly a
Hello.
giant whale. A giant whale airship. To the moon. You can't top
Right.
it.
Ultimate fantasy. But how about you? What was your first Final
What was
Fantasy?
my first one?
Or first introduction to JRPGs?
I'm not exactly sure, but I think my real, if we want to talk impactful one for me was Chrono Trigger, and I'm sure a lot of fans are going to love to hear this. I had, at the time, I was only playing, very much standard games like Sonic and Mario, so I hadn't really experienced an RPG, and, to me, Chrono Trigger for me was a life-changing moment, which kind of skewed my trajectory to where I am today. But I mean, never played a game that had complex themes, characters, living and dying, love, the music. It's just amazing, and of course, it's another Sakaguchi greatest hits. The Dream Team worked on that game, so it's all come full circle. But if you haven't already played Chrono Trigger, it is still considered, I think, one of the greatest RPGs of all time, and I think you can still pick it up on Steam. So if you haven't already played it, it's an absolutely amazing game, and But I think Final Fantasy, I think like you, Leah, I played Final Fantasy 4, I think was the first one, 4 or 6. I didn't know what these games were, and somebody just handed them to me and said, try it out, and I was like, this is the most amazing thing I've ever seen in my life.
I'm trying to think of what my first RPG was and what my first Final Fantasy was, because 10 was not my first Final Fantasy, but I'm blanking. What did I play?
Well, what's great is now you can play them all. It's a great time to be a fan because the Pixel remasters are out. The digital versions of all the Final Fantasies are available. So if you want to try them, they're there for you to go out there. And of course, again with this game as well, releasing tomorrow, you can play it on any platform you want.
By the way, okay, so I'm going to preface this with, I'm not confirming this. This is just my wish list, but I would love to see Chrono Trigger in the HD 2D style because I am really loving the HD 2D style
Dragon
of
Quest?
the games. Yes, Dragon Quest was so good. I finished it.
So good.
Oh, so good.
Wow, you
I-
sped through. Wow.
I no-lifed it. Like after work, I was up until probably like 3 or
As you
4 in the morning to play because I was just so invested in it. So okay, so sorry,
Yes, you should.
got distracted. We're gonna go ahead and close the giveaway now. And Aliyah, if you don't mind, would you mind announcing these last 2 winners?
Oh, yes.
Oh, sorry, 3 winners. I keep getting the numbers mixed up.
I'd be
All right,
honored
so
to.
giveaway is closed, everyone. No, oh my gosh. I'm still gonna say that you are the ones who are making that actor edits in those GIFs of all the Final Fantasy characters. So, but I'm not confirming it. Stop saying that.
I don't really know what just happened, but let's go in and let's pick our 3 lucky winners here and wrap it up. And I think David dropped the first one in the chat for you, Leah.
Okay. Our first winner is Self Cho.
Woohoo!
Congrats.
Congratulations! As a
Congrats.
reminder, please make sure your whispers are open. We'll message you after the stream.
Congratulations! Okay, the second winner is. Drum rolling. Sidikal. Congratulations!
Sidikal, congratulations!
Yay!
And then our last and final winner, the suspense. Ah!
Oh my god, my heart's beating so fast. Okay, we have a final winner, and it is Emercy.
Woohoo! Congratulations!
Emercy.
Again, as a reminder to all of our winners, please make sure your whispers/DMs are open on Twitch. The Square Enix channel will message you after the stream. And then you'll also get to choose the platform of your choice. And with that, I think we are at the end of our stream. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. And thank you so much, Aliyah, for joining us and cosplaying as Valrika. I would love it. Love your energy, too.
Thanks for having me. I love
Can
your
you
energy.
Thank you. Can you let our audience know where they can find you after this?
You can find me at AliyaWill, AliyaWill, on Twitch and Twitter and Blue Sky. Yeah, that's basically my username everywhere, including Instagram. But yeah, please, thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
It was an
And
honor
to
for
my
us.
cosplayers.
Yeah, no,
Love
we
it.
are extremely grateful for you to be on the stream with us and cosplaying, no less.
I'm excited for you to post those photos that you said you had a photo shoot for. So,
Oh yeah, they're on Twitter.
Or-
They all
okay, I'm
post
gonna go
We're
look
all
for it.
good. And I am blue. But
and
thank you
again,
so much for
everyone,
having me.
yeah, thank you so much. Please pre-order Fantasian Neo Dimension. It releases tomorrow or tonight. You can also follow the social medias for Fantasian Neo Dimension on X, and then, of course, the Square Enix channels as well for the latest and greatest. So with that, I think we are going to say goodbye, and I hope you enjoy your time in Fantasian Neo Dimension. Don't forget you can get it on Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, S, and Steam. Okay, bye! Yay! Thank you, everyone!
Bye.